Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing.
The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, the man who defined an era, vanished without a trace decades ago. His death shocked the world in 1977, but what if we told you there's more to the story? Recently, an eerie revelation has taken the world by storm. Rumors of Elvis reappearing with a chilling message that has left fans and skeptics alike questioning everything they thought they knew. Was his death a cover-up? Has he been hiding in plain sight? Or is there something far more mysterious at play? In this video, we delve into the shocking claims, unravel the hidden clues, and explore the possibility that Elvis Presley didn't just vanish, but chose to stay away for reasons only now becoming clear. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will change your perception of music's greatest legend forever. The king may still have a story to tell. Before we dive into the mysterious claims of Elvis Presley's sudden reappearance and the terrifying message he brings, we need to take a step back and start where it all began, with the story of Elvis himself. To truly understand the magnitude of this revelation, we need to explore the life of the man behind the legend. Who was Elvis Presley before he became the king of rock and roll? What shaped his journey to stardom? And how did his humble beginnings in Tupelo, Mississippi, lay the foundation for a career that would change music forever? Birth and family background. Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi. His entry into the world was accompanied by tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on his life. Elvis was born as the second of twins. His brother, Jesse Garon Presley, was stillborn. This loss deeply affected his mother, Gladys, who remained extremely close to Elvis throughout her life, fostering a protective and nurturing relationship. His father, Vernon Presley, worked in various jobs to support the family, but financial difficulties were a constant challenge. Together, the Presley family lived in a modest two-room house, a reflection of their working-class roots. Growing up in the rural South during the Great Depression, Elvis's childhood was marked by economic hardship. Despite their struggles, the Presley family maintained a strong bond, supported by their faith and tight-knit community. These early experiences instilled in Elvis a sense of resilience and shaped his outlook on life. His parents' unwavering support and encouragement played a crucial role in nurturing his dreams, even when success seemed like a distant possibility. Influence of gospel and Southern culture. The cultural fabric of Tupelo had a profound impact on Elvis Presley's musical journey. Raised in a deeply religious household, Elvis was introduced to gospel music at a young age. Attending the First Assembly of God Church with his family, he was captivated by the soul-stirring hymns and the emotional performances of the choir. These experiences planted the seeds for his lifelong love of gospel music, which would later become an integral part of his repertoire. Beyond the church, Elvis was surrounded by the rich and diverse musical traditions of the South. He was drawn to the blues, a genre deeply rooted in African American culture, and found inspiration in the raw emotion and storytelling of artists like B.B. King and Howlin' Wolf. Similarly, country music, with its heartfelt lyrics and simple melodies, resonated with him. The amalgamation of gospel, blues, country, and rhythm and blues formed the foundation of Elvis's distinctive sound, which would revolutionize the music industry. One of the most influential experiences of his early life was listening to live performances on Beale Street in Memphis. Here, he was exposed to the electrifying energy of rhythm and blues, witnessing firsthand the power of music to move audiences. These formative years in the culturally vibrant South ignited Elvis's passion for music and set him on the path to becoming a pioneer of rock and roll. First guitar and musical aspirations. At the age of 11, Elvis received a gift that would change the course of his life, his first guitar. It was a humble instrument purchased by his mother for $7.90, but it became his most prized possession. Initially, Elvis had hoped for a bicycle or a rifle, but the guitar quickly became his constant companion. He began teaching himself to play, practicing diligently and absorbing every musical influence he could find. Though naturally shy, Elvis's interest in music grew stronger with time. He would bring his guitar to school and occasionally play for classmates, although he struggled with self-confidence. His first public performance came in 1945 at a talent show at the Mississippi-Alabama Fair and Dairy Show, where he sang Red Foley's Old Shep and placed 5th. This experience gave him a glimpse of the thrill of performing and the potential of pursuing music as a career. During his teenage years, the Presley family moved to Memphis, Tennessee in search of better opportunities. The move proved pivotal, as it placed Elvis in the heart of a city bursting with musical innovation. Memphis's dynamic music scene, with its blend of blues, country, and gospel, provided Elvis with endless inspiration. He would spend hours listening to records, honing his skills, and dreaming of one day making a name for himself. Despite his deep passion for music, Elvis's early aspirations were met with skepticism. His unconventional style and blending of musical genres were initially misunderstood by peers and teachers. However, his determination and love for music kept him moving forward. He began recording amateur songs and performing wherever he could, slowly building his confidence as a performer. By the time Elvis graduated from high school in 1953, his musical aspirations had become more than just a hobby. He visited Sun Records in Memphis to record a song as a gift for his mother. Sam Phillips, the owner of the studio, recognized something unique in the young man's voice and charisma. This serendipitous encounter marked the beginning of Elvis Presley's journey from a shy boy with a guitar to the king of rock and roll. Elvis's early life is a testament to the power of perseverance and the enduring influence of one's roots. From a small town in Mississippi to the vibrant streets of Memphis, his journey was shaped by the love of his family, the richness of Southern culture, and his unwavering passion for music. These humble beginnings laid the groundwork for a legacy that would transform the world of music and inspire generations to come. The rise to fame. Elvis Presley's journey to stardom began in 1953 when he walked into the Sun Studio in Memphis, Tennessee, to record a demo as a gift for his mother. Little did he know that this seemingly simple act would set the stage for an extraordinary career. Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Records, was always on the lookout for fresh talent, particularly artists who could bridge the racial divide in music. Phillips was captivated by Elvis's soulful voice and unique blend of musical influences, which combined gospel, blues, and country into something entirely new. Recognizing his potential, Phillips paired Elvis with guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black. Together, they began experimenting with various sounds and styles. In July 1954, the trio struck gold with a rendition of Arthur Crudup's "That's All Right." The song was unlike anything heard before, blending rhythm and blues with a country twang. When the track was played on Memphis radio, it generated an unprecedented buzz. Callers flooded the station, eager to know more about the young man behind the voice. This moment marked the birth of rock and roll as a mainstream phenomenon and the start of Elvis's meteoric rise. Following the success of "That's All Right," Elvis continued to record at Sun Studio, releasing a string of hits that showcased his versatility and raw talent. Songs like "Blue Moon of Kentucky," "Good Rockin' Tonight," and "Baby Let's Play House" resonated with a diverse audience, breaking down racial barriers in the segregated music industry of the 1950s. Elvis's ability to blend elements from different genres created a sound that was fresh, exciting, and universally appealing. By 1955, Elvis's popularity had grown exponentially, and he caught the attention of Colonel Tom Parker, a seasoned manager who would play a pivotal role in shaping his career. Parker's business acumen and relentless promotion helped secure a deal with RCA Records, which provided Elvis with a national platform. The release of Heartbreak Hotel in 1956 marked his first major breakthrough under RCA. The song topped the charts and established Elvis as a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. Over the next few years, Elvis released a series of chart-topping singles including Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, Jailhouse Rock, and All Shook Up. Each hit further solidified his position as the king of rock and roll. His music, characterized by its infectious energy and emotional depth, captivated listeners and set the standard for the burgeoning rock and roll genre. Elvis Presley was not just a musician. He was a performer who revolutionized the art of stage presence. His live performances were electrifying, marked by his dynamic movements, charismatic charm, and unmistakable voice. Elvis's hip-swiveling dance moves in particular became his trademark, sparking both adoration and controversy. While teenagers adored his rebellious energy, conservative critics condemned his performances as indecent and provocative. Despite the backlash, or perhaps because of it, Elvis's appeal only grew stronger. Television appearances played a crucial role in elevating Elvis's status to that of a national sensation. His debut on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1956 was a landmark event, drawing an audience of over 60 million viewers. Although the show's producers famously chose to film him from the waist up to avoid showing his suggestive dance moves, the performance cemented his reputation as a cultural phenomenon. Elvis's ability to connect with his audience through the screen was unparalleled, and he became a symbol of youthful rebellion and freedom. Elvis's influence extended beyond music and into the realms of fashion and popular culture. His slicked back hair, flashy outfits, and confident demeanor inspired a generation of fans to emulate his style. He became a trendsetter, embodying the spirit of the 1950s and ushering in a new era of entertainment. The rise of Elvis Presley coincided with a period of profound social change in America. The post-war era was marked by economic prosperity, the growth of mass media, and the emergence of a distinct youth culture. Elvis's music and persona resonated deeply with teenagers, who were eager to break away from the constraints of traditional values and embrace a more liberated and expressive lifestyle. His songs provided the soundtrack for this cultural shift, capturing the hopes, dreams, and frustrations of a generation. Elvis's success also highlighted the power of music to transcend racial boundaries. His ability to draw from diverse musical traditions and bring them to mainstream audiences challenged the norms of the segregated South. While some critics accused him of appropriating African American music, others recognized his role in bringing greater visibility to the genre and its artists. By the late 1950s, Elvis Presley had become a global superstar. His records sold millions of copies, and his concerts attracted massive crowds. He starred in films like Love Me Tender and Jailhouse Rock, which showcased his talents as both a singer and an actor. Elvis's rise to fame was meteoric, and his influence on music, fashion, and culture was undeniable. The story of Elvis's rise to fame is a testament to his extraordinary talent, determination, and charisma. From a young boy with a dream to an international icon, Elvis Presley redefined the possibilities of popular music and left an indelible mark on the world. His journey is not just the story of an artist, but the story of a cultural revolution that changed the face of entertainment forever, dominating the music industry. By the late 1950s, Elvis Presley was firmly established as the king of rock and roll, dominating the music charts with an unprecedented string of hits. Songs like Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock, and Hound Dog became cultural anthems, showcasing his innovative style and undeniable charisma. Heartbreak Hotel, his first single under RCA Records, was a commercial triumph, topping the Billboard pop charts and selling over 1 million copies. This success was quickly followed by other chart toppers, including Don't Be Cruel and Love Me Tender. Elvis's ability to consistently deliver hit songs made him a record-breaking artist. In 1956 alone, he released 4 #1 singles and 2 #1 albums, a feat that solidified his status as a music industry powerhouse. His albums were not merely collections of songs but cultural phenomena, with each release eagerly anticipated by fans worldwide. Hits like All Shook Up and Blue Suede Shoes demonstrated his versatility, blending rock, blues, and country influences into a sound that was uniquely his own. Elvis's reign on the Billboard charts was unparalleled. he set records for the most charted songs and consecutive #1 hits, achievements that cemented his legacy in the annals of music history. By the end of his career, he had amassed 18 #1 singles and sold hundreds of millions of records globally, making him one of the best-selling artists of all time. Elvis Presley's influence extended far beyond music. He became a symbol of rebellion and individuality in 1950s America. His provocative dance moves, slicked-back hair, and defiant attitude challenged the conservative norms of the era, resonating deeply with a younger generation eager to break free from societal constraints. Elvis embodied the spirit of rock and roll, a genre that celebrated freedom, creativity, and self-expression. One of Elvis's most significant contributions was his role in breaking racial barriers within the music industry. By popularizing music rooted in African American traditions, he introduced broader audiences to the sounds of rhythm and blues. Songs like Hound Dog, originally performed by blues singer Big Mama Thornton, showcased Elvis's ability to reinterpret and elevate music from diverse cultural backgrounds. While he faced criticism for his appropriation of African American music, his success also brought greater attention to the genre and its origins, paving the way for future collaborations and integration within the music industry. Elvis's impact on fashion and style further solidified his cultural significance. From his flashy jumpsuits to his leather jackets, he set trends that were emulated by fans around the world. His image was carefully curated to reflect his rebellious yet approachable persona, making him a relatable icon for millions. The combination of his groundbreaking music and magnetic personality created a cultural revolution, influencing not only musicians but also filmmakers, fashion designers, and artists for decades to come. Elvis Presley's popularity was not confined to the United States. He became a global phenomenon whose influence spanned continents. His music transcended language and cultural barriers, resonating with audiences in Europe, Asia, and beyond. By the early 1960s, Elvis's international fame had reached new heights, with fans around the world eagerly awaiting his latest releases and performances. The term Elvis Mania was coined to describe the frenzy surrounding his concerts and public appearances. Fans would line up for hours, sometimes days, to catch a glimpse of their idol. His performances were marked by screaming crowds, fainting audience members, and an energy that was unparalleled. The level of devotion he inspired was unprecedented, setting the stage for the kind of fan culture that would later surround artists like the Beatles and Michael Jackson. Elvis's influence extended to global tours, although his live performances were largely confined to North America due to his manager Colonel Tom Parker's reluctance to arrange international tours. Despite this limitation, his music reached audiences worldwide through records, radio, and television broadcasts. The Aloha from Hawaii concert in 1973 was a groundbreaking event, broadcast via satellite to over 1 billion viewers across multiple countries. This performance not only highlighted Elvis's enduring appeal, but also showcased the power of television to amplify his global influence. The cultural phenomenon of Elvis Presley also had a profound impact on pop culture. Merchandise bearing his image, from posters to lunchboxes, became ubiquitous, further cementing his status as a household name. His films, such as Love Me Tender and Blue Hawaii, expanded his reach beyond music, allowing him to connect with audiences in new and exciting ways. Elvis's ability to cross mediums and genres made him a versatile entertainer whose appeal transcended boundaries. In summary, Elvis Presley's domination of the music industry was characterized by his chart-topping success, cultural impact, and worldwide influence. He not only redefined popular music, but also became a symbol of change and innovation in a rapidly evolving world. Elvis's legacy as a trailblazer and cultural icon remains unparalleled, solidifying his place as one of the most influential figures in the history of entertainment. The Hollywood career. In 1956, at the height of his musical fame, Elvis Presley made a bold transition to Hollywood with his debut film Love Me Tender. The movie, a Western-themed romantic drama, capitalized on his burgeoning popularity and featured several musical performances. Despite Elvis's limited acting experience, Love Me Tender was a commercial success, earning over $4.5 million at the box office and further cementing his status as a cultural phenomenon. The title song, performed by Elvis, became an instant hit, demonstrating his ability to seamlessly blend his musical talents with his new acting career. Following the success of his debut, Elvis quickly became one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Between 1956 and 1969, he starred in 31 feature films, a prolific output that showcased his versatility and appeal. Some of his most notable movies included Jailhouse Rock, 1957, King Creole, 1958, Blue Hawaii, 1961, and Viva Las Vegas, 1964. These films often combined lighthearted storylines with musical numbers, creating a formula that delighted fans and kept audiences flocking to theaters. Elvis's transition to acting was driven in part by his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, who saw the film industry as a lucrative opportunity to expand his star's brand. Hollywood not only allowed Elvis to reach new audiences but also provided a steady income stream that complemented his music career. His natural charisma, good looks, and musical prowess made him a perfect fit for the silver screen, and studios were eager to capitalize on his widespread popularity. While Elvis's films were undeniably popular with audiences, they often received mixed reviews from critics. Many felt that the scripts were formulaic, relying too heavily on Elvis's star power and musical performances rather than offering substantial narratives or complex characters. Critics lamented that Elvis's acting potential was underutilized, with his roles frequently confined to playing charming, carefree protagonists who broke into song at every opportunity. Despite these critiques, the financial success of Elvis's films was undeniable. Movies like Blue Hawaii and Girls, 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 1962, were box office hits, demonstrating the enduring appeal of Elvis as both a singer and actor. His dual identity as a rock star and movie star allowed him to dominate two major entertainment industries simultaneously, a feat that few others have achieved. Fans were eager to see their idol in any capacity, and the combination of his music and on-screen presence created an irresistible draw. Elvis's foray into Hollywood was not without challenges. Over time, the repetitive nature of his film roles and the lack of artistic growth began to take a toll on his career. By the mid-1960s, the public's appetite for formulaic musicals was waning, and Elvis himself grew increasingly dissatisfied with the quality of his projects. He reportedly longed for more dramatic and challenging roles, akin to those of Marlon Brando or James Dean, but was often constrained by the commercial demands of his studio contracts and Colonel Parker's vision for his career. Despite these frustrations, Elvis's Hollywood career had its share of highlights. Films like Jailhouse Rock and King Creole showcased his potential as an actor, with performances that received praise for their energy and emotional depth. The iconic dance sequence in Jailhouse Rock remains one of the most memorable moments in cinematic history, solidifying Elvis's reputation as an electrifying performer both on stage and on screen. Elvis's movies also played a significant role in shaping his global image. The tropical settings of Blue Hawaii and Paradise, Hawaiian Style, 1966, for example, reinforced his image as a carefree, all-American heartthrob. The soundtracks to his films were equally influential, producing hits like Can't Help Falling in Love and Return to Sender, which became timeless classics. Elvis Presley's Hollywood career remains a fascinating chapter in his larger-than-life story. While his films were often criticized for their lack of artistic merit, they succeeded in capturing the imagination of audiences and solidifying his place as a cultural icon. His ability to dominate both the music and film industries highlighted his extraordinary talent and versatility, even as it revealed the limitations imposed by commercialism and creative compromises. In hindsight, Elvis's Hollywood years were as much about consolidating his brand as they were about exploring his artistic potential. His films introduced him to millions of fans who might not have otherwise engaged with his music, broadening his reach and ensuring his enduring legacy. While he never achieved the critical acclaim he sought as an actor, Elvis's impact on the film industry was undeniable, paving the way for future musicians to transition successfully into acting. Ultimately, Elvis Presley's Hollywood career stands as a testament to his enduring charisma and star power. Even in roles that fell short of their artistic potential, he brought a magnetic presence that captivated audiences and left an indelible mark on popular culture. His journey through Hollywood, with all its triumphs and challenges, remains an integral part of the legend of Elvis Presley, a man whose influence transcended music, film, and generations. The military service. In 1958, at the peak of his career, Elvis Presley received his draft notice for the United States Army. Despite his immense fame, Elvis chose not to seek any special treatment or deferment, earning respect from fans and critics alike. His decision to serve rather than using his celebrity status to avoid the draft demonstrated humility and a sense of duty that endeared him to the American public. Elvis was officially inducted into the Army on March 24, 1958, at the age of 23. His enlistment marked a significant turning point in his career. Fans feared that his absence from the entertainment world might diminish his popularity, while skeptics questioned whether he could maintain his status as the king of rock and roll upon his return. Nevertheless, Elvis's commitment to serving his country humanized him, transforming him from a rebellious rock star into a relatable and patriotic figure. During his service, Elvis underwent basic training at Fort Hood, Texas, before being assigned to the 3rd Armored Division in Friedberg, Germany. While stationed overseas, he embraced military life, performing his duties diligently and refraining from public performances. His time in the Army was not without personal challenges, as he coped with the death of his beloved mother Gladys in August 1958. Her passing deeply affected Elvis, but he persevered, earning the admiration of his peers and superiors for his resilience. The public's reaction to Elvis's military service was overwhelmingly positive. Fans sent him thousands of letters each week, and his time in uniform only solidified his connection with his audience. By stepping away from the limelight to serve, Elvis demonstrated a sense of integrity that resonated with a generation shaped by post-war values and patriotism. Elvis Presley's honorable discharge from the Army on March 5, 1960, marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career. Despite being away from the spotlight for 2 years, he managed to maintain his popularity, thanks in part to his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. During Elvis's service, Parker ensured that his star remained in the public's consciousness by releasing previously recorded singles and films. Hits like "Wear My Ring Around Your Neck" and "A Big Hunk of Love" kept Elvis's name on the charts, preserving his status as a top-tier entertainer. Upon returning to civilian life, Elvis wasted no time reclaiming his position in the music industry. He recorded and released the album "Elvis Is Back" in 1960, which featured hits like "Are You Lonesome Tonight" and "It's Now or Never." The album showcased a more mature and polished sound, reflecting his growth as an artist during his time away. It was a commercial success, signaling to fans and critics alike that Elvis was still a dominant force in the music world. Elvis's return to stardom was further bolstered by his foray into television. In 1960, he made a highly anticipated appearance on the Frank Sinatra Timex show, where he performed a medley of hits and charmed the audience with his trademark charisma. The show was a ratings triumph, reaffirming Elvis's widespread appeal and re-establishing his connection with fans. Throughout this period, Elvis also resumed his film career, starring in G.I. Blues, 1960, and Flaming Star, 1960. These movies reflected a shift in his on-screen persona, moving away from the rebellious roles of his earlier films to more family-friendly fare. While some critics viewed this transition as a compromise of his artistic integrity, The films were commercial successes, further cementing his place in Hollywood. Elvis Presley's military service, far from being a setback, became a defining moment in his career. It not only showcased his sense of responsibility and patriotism, but also allowed him to evolve as an artist and individual. His successful comeback after 2 years of service proved that his star power was undiminished, solidifying his legacy as an enduring icon in American culture. The comeback era. By the late 1960s, Elvis Presley's career had reached a crossroads. The dominance he once enjoyed in the music and film industries was fading, and his popularity had waned amid the rise of new rock acts like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Critics dismissed his recent films as formulaic, and his music seemed increasingly disconnected from the countercultural energy of the era. However, Elvis was determined to prove that he was far from finished, and he seized the opportunity to reintroduce himself to audiences in a bold and unforgettable way. The turning point came with the Elvis NBC television special, which aired on December 3, 1968. Known today as the 1968 Comeback Special, the program marked Elvis's triumphant return to live performance after years of focusing on films. Produced by Steve Binder, the special broke away from the glitzy, family-friendly image Elvis had cultivated during his Hollywood years. Instead, it presented a raw, stripped-down version of the king of rock and roll, emphasizing his talent, charisma, and emotional depth. The special featured a mix of musical performances, including intimate acoustic sessions with his original bandmates and electrifying renditions of hits like Hound Dog and Heartbreak Hotel. Elvis's leather-clad appearance, passionate vocals, and uninhibited stage presence captivated viewers and critics alike. The standout moment was his performance of If I Can Dream, a powerful ballad inspired by the civil rights movement that showcased Elvis's ability to connect with contemporary issues while staying true to his roots. The 1968 Comeback Special was a resounding success, drawing massive television ratings and earning widespread acclaim. It revitalized Elvis's career, re-establishing him as a musical force to be reckoned with and setting the stage for the next phase of his journey. Building on the momentum of the 1968 Comeback Special, Elvis embarked on a new chapter as a live performer. In 1969, he signed a deal with the International Hotel in Las Vegas, later the Hilton, marking the beginning of his legendary Las Vegas residency. These performances, characterized by their grandeur and showmanship, redefined the live music experience and solidified Elvis's reputation as one of the greatest entertainers of all time. Elvis's Vegas shows were a spectacle unlike anything audiences had seen before. Dressed in elaborate, rhinestone-studded jumpsuits, he commanded the stage with unmatched energy and charisma. Backed by a full orchestra and his loyal band, he delivered high-energy renditions of his classic hits alongside contemporary songs like Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto, which became late career highlights. These performances demonstrated his ability to evolve while maintaining the essence of what made him a star. The residency was an immediate success, drawing sold-out crowds and earning Elvis critical acclaim. His shows attracted a diverse audience, from die-hard fans to curious newcomers, and they became a cornerstone of Las Vegas's entertainment industry. Elvis's ability to connect with audiences on such a grand scale reaffirmed his enduring appeal, even as the music landscape continued to change. The Las Vegas years also introduced new elements to Elvis's persona. His iconic jumpsuits, designed by Bill Ballou, became synonymous with his image, symbolizing both his flamboyant style and larger-than-life presence. The shows were a testament to his versatility, blending rock, gospel, country, and pop influences into a cohesive and electrifying experience. However, the Vegas residency was more than just a series of performances. It was a declaration that Elvis Presley still reigned supreme in the world of entertainment. His ability to adapt to the demands of a live audience and deliver unforgettable experiences proved that his star power remained undiminished. The 1968 Comeback Special in Las Vegas residency marked a renaissance for Elvis Presley, re-establishing him as a dominant figure in the entertainment industry. These milestones showcased his ability to reinvent himself while staying true to the artistry that had made him a legend. The comeback era demonstrated that Elvis was not merely a relic of the 1950s, but a dynamic artist capable of transcending generations. During this period, Elvis also released some of the most acclaimed music of his career. Songs like Suspicious Minds, Kentucky Rain, and Don't Cry Daddy resonated with audiences, reflecting a deeper emotional maturity and renewed creative energy. These hits proved that Elvis could still dominate the charts and capture the hearts of fans worldwide. While the comeback era was a time of resurgence, it also foreshadowed the challenges Elvis would face in the years to come. The grueling schedule of live performances and the pressure to sustain his newfound momentum took a toll on his health and personal life. Yet the triumphs of this period remain a testament to his resilience and enduring talent. In the annals of music history, the comeback era stands as one of Elvis Presley's most remarkable achievements. It was a time when he defied expectations, reclaimed his throne, and reminded the world why he was, and always would be, the king of rock and roll. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the legendary Elvis Presley, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more fascinating stories. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.